China is winning the future. China built more infrastructure in 1 decade than the U.S. has in a century. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Chris. I'm an American. I've been living in China for 14 years. In this video, I'm going to give you my own take on how China quietly overtook the U.S. Let's go. While the U.S. was distracted, arguing, being divided, and stuck in gridlock, China was moving forward quietly, strategically, and being relentless. And now the balance of global superpower is shifting in ways most Americans never saw coming. And if they did, wouldn't admit it. While U.S. cities argued over budget approvals for potholes, China didn't complain about their budget. They constructed. China built more infrastructure in 1 decade than the U.S. has in a century. High-speed rail, now the largest in the world. Fully cashless cities using advanced fintech. Entire hospitals were built in weeks. Highways were built in a few months. And megacities built from scratch in a few years. In doing this, it wasn't about politics. It was about doing what's good for the people of China. It was about purpose, no filibusters, no deadlocks, just action. Let's talk about some numbers, the ones the Western media headlines don't show you. PISA education ranking, China's students dominate the top in education. In math, reading, and science, China has more STEM graduates than any other country in the world. China's manufacturing output surpassed the U.S. years ago and now makes more than 28% of the world's goods. Now a leader in tech innovation, world leader in electric vehicles, leader in green energy, and 5G infrastructure. In tech, the U.S. still thinks it's the king, but behind the scenes, China is winning the future. And I can't get enough of these robotic cleaners cruising around, cleaning up the ground without anybody operating it. Simply amazing. You gotta love the cleanliness in China. These little guys get the job done. We also have robo-police patrolling to keep the people safe. Everybody's having a good time with this little guy. But it's not a toy. This is so cool. We got Robo-Cleaner and Robo-Cop over there. Gotta love the technology in China. Simply amazing. 5G, China has more patents than the US. AI, China's pumping out more research papers than anyone. Electric cars, BYD just dethroned Tesla as the world's top seller. Some shocking stats. China produces 80% of the world's solar panels, 70% of lithium batteries, and 50% of the world's electric vehicles. China isn't copying anymore. They're innovating faster, cheaper, and smarter than we ever thought was possible. It's not magic behind the progress. It's not a miracle behind the progress. It's discipline, planning, and sacrifice. It wouldn't be a video if I didn't make a comment about homelessness. So if this was Los Angeles, what would you see? Sleeping bags, cardboard boxes, a few tents, but not here in China. That type of stuff doesn't exist. I'm still looking, and I'll videotape it when I see it. The US glamorized hustle culture, but glorified laziness. While China focused on education, family values, unity, and progress for the people. The US obsessed over social media clout. China obsessed over national development. Ask yourself this: what has the US been doing lately versus all of the progress taking place in China? Okay, here comes the uncomfortable part. The US argued over Twitter blue check marks. The US has turned politics into a sport and weekly skits on Saturday Night Live, not to mention other comedy shows. The last decade in the US has been defined by division, endless debates, culture wars, and policy paralysis. Meanwhile, China had one goal, and that was to rise to the top, and they were willing to do whatever it took to make it happen. And they're rising to the top without one war. Think about this: while the US struggled to pass one single infrastructure bill, China built over 25,000 miles of high-speed rail, enough to crisscross the coast of the United States back and forth 8 times. This isn't just about speed, it's about focus. While the US debated, China executed by building universities, tech parks, and AI institutes. The US has spent too much time on debating, outrage, and division, and not enough outcomes for the American people. What would you want if you were an American? Division or development? Division or progress? Let me know in the comments below. The global shift has already happened. Today, Africa looks to China for infrastructure. Southeast Asia looks to China for trade. Even Europe is caught in the middle. China just didn't build at home. They're helping to build the world. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, China's invested over $1 trillion in 150 plus countries. They're creating partnerships and loyalty everywhere. And while the US was pulling out of trade deals, China was signing them everywhere, becoming the #1 trading partner for most of the planet. And now China leads in trade volume with most of the world. US allies are beginning to hedge, but not out of betrayal, but out of the realism that China is ready to become a global leader. Global power didn't shift in some explosive moment. It shifted slowly while the U.S. was distracted. Even America's greatest weapon, the dollar, is under threat. China is pushing the RMB as the new global currency, signing oil deals in RMB and stockpiling gold. And as U.S. debt explodes, China is quietly positioning itself to call the shots. This isn't just about loving China. It's about waking up the U.S. The question isn't if China has overtaken the U.S. in key areas. It's when the world accepts it. China plays the long game. They think in decades, not election cycles. And unless the U.S. wakes up, unites, and starts building again, the 21st century won't be American. It will be Chinese. You don't have to love China. You don't have to work here, live here, or visit here. But you must admit one thing. They played the long game, and they're winning it. It's time to stop laughing at the stereotypes. Stop clinging on to old narratives, and start asking the real question. What can the U.S. learn before falling too far behind? This video isn't anti-American. It's pro-awareness. The U.S. can still compete. The U.S. can still lead. But they can't do it if they stay distracted, and can't do it if they stay divided. Because China is not distracted. China is not divided. My opinion, China quietly overtook the U.S., and not with war. They did it with smarts and work ethic. Not with threats, but with results. And the rest of the world is now noticing. Now, the only question, what will the U.S. do? The world is changing fast. Will the U.S. change with it? Or will they keep arguing while China races ahead? Because imagine a world where China sets the price of oil, where their AI dominates warfare, where their currency replaces the dollar. Sounds like science fiction? It's closer than you think. It's coming to the point where the U.S. will reminisce, and China is doing the future. Building a moon base, mastering fusion energy, and prepping for the post-dollar world. Think of this. While the U.S. headlines kept you angry at each other, China kept you distracted. And it worked. The clock is ticking. It's time to wake up, U.S. If this video woke something up in you, do me a favor, comment below. So hey, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. And do me a favor, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate your support. So everybody, be good, be safe, and I'll see you in the next one.